Hello, my name is Michael from OKIO Labs. Thank you for coming for this presentation for OKIOCAM today. So, I will be talking to you today about OKIOCAM, which we consider a teacher's best friend. So on the agenda for today, I will talk about our company, OKIO Labs, and then our product, OKIOCAM, the 2-in-1 document camera and webcam, how you can use OKIOCAM for asynchronous as well as synchronous teaching, how it can be used to empower students' creativity. I will discuss some really cool use cases to show real people using OKIOCAM. And then towards the end, we will have a Q&A section. So a little bit about OKIO Labs. We're creating new education tools, and we price them really affordably for teachers and students. If you stay tuned towards the end of the presentation, I may have some information about a particularly good ISTE promotional deal that we currently have. We have two office locations. The first is in Taiwan, and the second is in New Jersey. All research and development and manufacturing of OKIOCAMs takes place in Taiwan. Here is a short video introducing OKIOCAM and some of its features. It has a 360-degree rotating camera, a highly adjustable arm, a really innovative design, super small and compact, so it's really easy to take with you on the go. So here's what life looks like, or could look like, without OKIOCAM for many people. So we can see the teacher on the left and the student on the right using their conventional front-facing webcams to try and show the pictures and the text from their books. But obviously it looks to be quite a struggle for them when they're using just their regular webcams. They have to hold up their books and point them towards their camera. And I don't know about you, but the book on the left looks to be pretty hefty as well. So it looks like quite a struggle. However, when we introduce OKIOCAM, the 2-in-1 document camera and webcam, things become a lot more simple. We can see them both using their OKIOCAMs as document cameras, and their books are just now able to rest easily on the desk, and they can just point to the text and the pictures that they would like to show to the people that they're video conferencing with. So OKIOCAM is a great tool to use for asynchronous teaching. So when you would like to record video lessons, it's phenomenal for this. Perhaps, you could even upload them to Google Classroom or similar platforms. So we have a dedicated tool to do exactly this. It's called OKIOCAM Snapshot and Recorder, and you can use it to record video lessons and also take snapshots really easily too. So you can digitize worksheets or quizzes, for example. We can see in the picture somebody is taking a picture or perhaps recording a video lesson of the math worksheet. I will talk about this a little bit more as well. So OKIOCAM is also great for synchronous teaching. When you would like to go beyond recording pre-recorded video lessons and you would like to teach your students in real time, it's great for this because it's easily compatible with all the most popular video conferencing applications. It's plug and play, completely plug and play with Google Meet, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Skype, and all of the other popular video conferencing applications. So I mentioned it in the previous slide with the video, how OKIOCAM has a super innovative design, and this allows it to be used in a variety of modes, different configurations. I will switch over to my face where I have an OKIOCAM, and I will show you. So hello again. This is, I have OKIOCAM S here. We have two models, but this is the S model. So just once again, here's the highly adjustable arm and the 360-degree rotating camera. So those are phenomenal. And this is the foldable base. So the base can be folded nice and flat like this. And this is how you can use it as a document camera. But you can really easily just switch the camera like this, point it at yourself, and use it just as a regular webcam. So when you would like to just point it at your face during a video call, it's really as easy as this. So, and the base is so flat and yet so sturdy that if you have a laptop, you can place your laptop on the base, and that means that essentially you save massive amounts of desk space where your document camera isn't taking a really big footprint on your desk, because you can place your laptop here, and then you can use the OKIOCAM, because the arm can be adjusted like this. You could have your document on this side, your laptop here, and it's essentially just taking up this much space on the desk, which is super convenient. Or if you didn't want to do that, you can just fold it up like this, as I had it in the beginning, and that's, you know, an almost equally small amount of desk space that it's taken up too. So let's head back to the presentation. Yeah, Julia, it's really good that it doesn't take up much desk space. If you have any questions about anything that I've talked about so far, type them in the chat and I will get to them at the end. So on the agenda, I talked about how I was going to say how OKIOCAM can be used to empower students' creativity. And I will talk about a little bit about Flipgrid as well. So Flipgrid is great for empowering student voices, and regular webcams are great for this, obviously because students can record videos of themselves talking to their front-facing webcams and upload them to Flipgrid, which is excellent. However, when kids would like to get more creative, essentially recording videos of anything other than their faces, so we can see the picture example, math homework again, but also science experiments or arts and crafts projects, all of these can be really easily recorded with OKIOCAM with no issues. We believe that OKIOCAM makes Flipgrid an even more powerful tool, because when we introduce OKIOCAM with Flipgrid, the Flipgrid videos are free to take on essentially a near limitless number of new perspectives. So OKIOCAM is not just for teachers, it's also for students too. So we have the OKIOCAM Education Kit, which is a collection of completely free applications that we developed specifically for OKIOCAM. Earlier, I touched on OKIOCAM Snapshot and Recorder, which is used to record video lessons and take snapshots. But we also have time-lapse and stop motion. So time-lapse is used to create time-lapse videos. So, or for science projects, again, it's really phenomenal for that. Or even if you were to use OKIOCAM time-lapse as a teacher, say, for example, all of your students have an OKIOCAM as well, which is our ultimate goal for OKIOCAM. If all of your students had an OKIOCAM, they could record themselves completing their homework using OKIOCAM time-lapse, and you can watch the time-lapse videos at an increased rate, so you wouldn't have to spend so much time grading their work, perhaps saving you a significant amount of time. We have OKIOCAM stop motion too, which kids love because it's great for all ages, because it makes making really fun and creative stop motion videos super easy. It's really straightforward to use. Truly, kids of all ages can have great fun with it. We can see the girl in the picture here having fun making a stop motion video with some toys. You can make them with Legos or other toys, or you can make stop motion videos with props made completely from scratch. You can really get super creative with it and have lots of fun. Here's a video that I made around Halloween time using OKIOCAM stop motion. So that took me only about 30, maybe 40 minutes to make, but I'm pretty proud of it. So here are some use cases of OKIOCAM. We can see Andy in the picture. He's a math and science teacher from Indiana, and he has his OKIOCAM in front of him, and he's using it to demonstrate a science experiment in the classroom to his students. And we can see him using OKIOCAM Snapshot and Recorder. If you look closely on the left-hand side of the picture towards the back of the classroom, he's projecting it onto the screen at the back. In this picture, Andy's demonstrating how to separate two different types of proteins. So I'm sure the kids learned a lot that day. This is Denise. She's a librarian from California. Denise likes to conduct regular story time with the students that attend the school that she works at. But obviously, with the global situation the way it is, story time with Denise wasn't able to go ahead as planned, unfortunately. But in came OKIOCAM to save the day for Denise, and she was able to use it to conduct virtual story time with the children instead. So nobody had to miss out on story time with Denise. So I'm sure everyone was really happy about that. Denise is actually hosting an OKIOLab-sponsored ISTE webinar called Reinventing Storytime for the Digital Age, and you can watch that really soon. It's on Wednesday, December 2nd at 3 p.m. PT, 6 p.m. ET. This is Isabella. She's a science and chemistry teacher from Toronto. So similar to Andy from earlier, she's demonstrating a science experiment. But what makes this particularly interesting is Isabella is actually currently teaching using a hybrid teaching method. So she obviously has some students in the classroom and some purely virtual learners. We can see her using Snapshot and Recorder, similar to Andy. It's on the TV, however, not the projector. But because obviously Isabella has virtual learners and in-classroom learners, there can sometimes be some difficulty in ensuring that everybody has an equal learning experience. But she's able to use OKIOCAM to demonstrate the science experiment for all groups of students, and they all get the exact same perspective of the demonstration. So nobody misses out on anything, and everyone learns fairly, which is great. So Isabella also has an ISTE webinar. It's called Science Without Borders, How OKIOCAM Helped Me Teach Science in a Hybrid Model. And you can check that out on Friday, December 4th. The last use case that I have for you today is Kathy. She's a math teacher from Texas. And Kathy was actually featured in a really, really cool local news article talking about how she uses her OKIOCAM to teach her students virtually, how she teaches her students math virtually. And it's really, really interesting. And there was a cool video made for the local news article as well. I will post the link in the chat at the end, if you want to check that out. So I mentioned it earlier, the special promotional offer that we have going only for ISTE. You can actually save 10% off the cost of an OKIOCAM. So OKIOCAM S that I showed you earlier normally goes for $69. You can get it for $62.10. And OKIOCAM T normally goes for $89, but you can pick one up for $80.10. And I will mention something. We've noticed on Amazon, sometimes our OKIOCAMs are listed when you click the promotional link. It says that they are out of stock, but they're not out of stock. Not really sure why this is happening, but it's not an issue, not a problem at all. Even if, say, for example, you would like to purchase OKIOCAM S and it says it's out of stock, you just click on OKIOCAM S and you purchase it just like any other Amazon purchase, and it will go through with no issues, and the discount will be applied at checkout. Okay, that concludes the presentation. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. You can check us out at our website, okiolabs.com. Send us an email with a sales inquiry at sales@okiolabs.com. Or if you have a press-in question or you'd like to talk to us right now about OKIOCAM, please visit our ISTE profile page and click on any of my colleagues or me, and we'd be more than happy to talk to you. Okay, so I will switch back to my face and I will read through I will post the links first, and then I will answer any questions that you have. So here are the links. Let me have a look. Is the base, so Julia asks, is the base soft or a hard surface? I'm thinking about how possible it is to write on the paper while using the OKIOCAM. So it's definitely, it's not rock hard. It's a really nice surface if you are going to write on it. Like sometimes, obviously, when you would write on a piece of paper, you wouldn't want to write on the desk. You might put an additional piece of paper underneath it just so you have some cushioning. And that almost functions just like that, to be honest with you. It's definitely a really nice surface to write on. Elizabeth asks, what's the difference between S and T model? So the primary difference is the fact that OKIOCAM T comes with an additional arm extender. So this is S from earlier. T features an additional arm extender, so an additional link here. So you can use it. You can use the additional arm extender to prop up OKIOCAM T even higher. So that raises the camera's height relative to the base, which obviously allows you to record bigger documents or just larger or wider objects in general. And because of that, we fitted OKIOCAM T with a 5 megapixel camera, whereas S features a 3 megapixel camera. So Christine writes, since it doesn't have a light, what is the best solution for using in a dark environment? Well, obviously, it wouldn't work in a completely dark environment. You would have to have some light source, but we do have this button here, the gray button, that does three really cool things. It automatically focuses the camera, it automatically sets the white balance, and it automatically adjusts the exposure. So it will automatically adjust the exposure, so it will take into account the amount of light available, and it will adjust the exposure accordingly so you get the very best image. And if you were to use any of the applications that I talked about earlier, so snapshot and recorder, time-lapse, or stop motion, there is also an exposure slider, a highly adjustable exposure slider within all those applications, so you can manually adjust it too, really easily. So Julia says thank you, or thanks. You're welcome. You're very welcome, Julia. You're all very welcome, by the way. Christine writes, many math teachers are trying to use it in a hybrid environment where they want to turn off the classroom lights. Perhaps, maybe I would suggest a small USB light. If you're using a laptop, it can be particularly handy. You just get a small USB-powered light that can connect into a laptop's USB port, and it can just be used. A lot of them are highly adjustable, similar to the arm on the OKIOCAM, where you can just connect it to your laptop's USB port and sort of adjust it so it's only pointing at the area on the OKIOCAM's base. Does any of you have any additional questions? I'll be more than happy to answer them. If not, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me once again. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.